Hey, welcome back to another episode of You Love Comics. This is episode 78 of a YouTube show where I showcase my recent comic hauls, comic speculations, and stuff from my collection. Well, I have some awesome books in this haul to show you guys. A lot of great deals were found. I went to two different kind of one was a half off sale and the other one was like a buy five, get five free. And then I found a bunch of other books which just insane deals, like lots of big keys. You know what? You're just gonna have to watch the episode to see. But before I get to the episode, if you like comic haul videos, comic speculations, and comic collections, smash that like button and help us with the YouTube algorithm. Leave a comment if you have any questions, what you see in this episode, or if you just want to say hi or whatever. Also, smash that bell. Become a subscriber. Become part of the You Love Comics conversation. I'm at over 500, almost, I think 518 I checked last, and I would love to get to 1,000 followers. That would be really nice. Also, check out the links in all my videos for my eBay, You Love Comics, where you can find toys, comics, trades, video games, etc. I'm always adding things to there, and also to my Instagram, You Love Comics. I'm almost at 2,000 followers on there. Check that out. I'm always posting books from my collection, stuff from the hauls, and sometimes I might even sell something on there. So check that out. All right, let's get into this haul. Start with, this is from one store. I got two books to show you. First one, Avengers 113. This is the key significance of this book. It is the second appearance of Mantis. So that's a pretty good key. I got it for $4.99. I think that's a good price. It is, I would say it's like a VG fine. It does have some, wear here. It does have what we call like a dog ear or breakable bend here. It does have this bend here, but that could be fixed in a press. But overall, for just $4.99, I can't complain. I knew it was the second appearance of Mantis, so I had to grab it. This one was only $3.99, and this one's in really nice condition, actually. It's Avengers 141, not really any major key, but it is one of those early Squadron Supreme or Squadron Sinister appearances. Their first appearances are in like 86, around that time in Avengers. So happy to grab this. Again, really nice condition, 25-cent Avenger for only $3.99. I couldn't complain on that. All right, this one, just a new book I picked up. Haven't read it yet. Yoda, number 8. I would imagine that Anakin's in this issue. This one, other new book I have here, Star Wars 35. This is probably the best storyline so far in this series. This is basically how Luke made his green lightsaber and what he had to do to get there. Really good. There's two new characters that are interesting that were introduced. The artwork is actually really good. I'm digging these kind of like anime-ish covers. The last issue really kind of pushed that a lot, issue 34. So happy to grab that. All right, this is one issue I got from Second and Charles in one location. Stephen King's Dark Tower, number 1. This is, got this for $1.95. I figured, why not? There's always going to be some big release with Stephen King. This is technically like first Stephen King comic book adaptation ever. That was a big deal when it came out, like in the early 2000s. I figured I'd pick it up. Some great Jay Lee art as well. All right, this part of the haul, I almost wanted to save it to the end because there's so much good stuff in it, but I'm kind of going in order of how I buy my books too. But there's a lot of good stuff after that as well. But man, there's some good stuff here. I went to a different Second and Charles, and they got a bunch of new stuff in, and I grabbed that real quick. This one, nothing too crazy here, but Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Man 86. It's one of those, around this era in 1983, they did this, Beware Its Assistant Editors Month, and there were a bunch of, goofy gags throughout the series. This one's probably the biggest one out of all of them, because they basically had Fred Hembeck draw the entire issue of the series, as you could see. It's I don't know. Fred Hembeck was a big, goofy, kind of more cartoonist, a lot of Marvel Age stuff in the 80s. I don't even know if he's alive. He might still be alive. I don't know what he does these days, but he used to do a ton of Marvel stuff for what the any type of goofy issue you're doing or whatever. But happy to have this. I've never seen this one. It's not like I said, it's worth like a ton of money or anything. It's just I never seen it before in stores. All right, this one was only $1.95, so I figured I'd grab this one. Spectacular Spider-Man 200. This is considered the one of the deaths of Harry Osborn, and this is where Harry Osborn is a Green Goblin. You gotta remember, at this point, Norman Osborn's been dead since basically what 122 after he killed Gwen Stacy. Norman Osborn didn't come back. Spoilers for comics from the 90s. They brought back Norman Osborn after the whole clone saga. That was the big stinger in the end. That I guess he was the one behind the whole thing, and he was still alive. That was like I remember. I didn't read the series, but I remember reading that. I picked up that last issue and read it, and that was the big cliffhanger. And it was that Norman Osborn was alive, so he was dead for like 20 years maybe in comics. This one's a good one. Got this one for $4 or $5. I had a $5 coupon off of everything, so that was good. Peter Parker, Spectacular Spider-Man 100. This is the newsstand edition. This is like the third appearance of Spot. The 99 is that awesome Spot cover with the yellow. But I had to grab this one. And it's a newsstand, and it's in really nice condition. Now, this one's a great get. This one was only $3.95. I couldn't believe it. Like, they just had all these priced at $3.95 for this around this era of Daredevil. Man, this book is blown up. There's like a weird, I don't know if it's color rub or if it's like a print error over here, but there's like a little bit. But besides that, this book's like pretty much near mint condition. This book is blown up because it's like the first Punisher Daredevil like verse team up. I mean, they don't look like friends here. Supposedly Punisher will be in the new Daredevil series. Hopefully that comes out next year. It might have been delayed because of the writer's strike. We'll find out. This one I couldn't believe. This was only $1.95. Grab this one. Uncanny X-Men 268. This is a big key for, I mean, nothing like too huge. It's not first appearance of Gambit huge, but still, this is like the first, this is like a flashback issue. It's awesome. The famous Jim Lee cover, some amazing Jim Lee art in this issue, and it establishes that these three characters date back to World War II. So this was like a cool book back in the 80s. I have a copy of this I bought when it came out. And I remember reading it. It was like awesome because, you know, we didn't have Wolverine's origin yet. We didn't know really anything about Wolverine. So we get like a little tidbit of that. Wolverine knows Captain America from World War II. And it was in this issue. Here's another good one. This was only $1.95. Grab this one. Uncanny X-Men 267. Key significance of this, it's the second or third appearance of Gambit. There's a whole argument of Gambit's first appearance being in is it an X-Men annual? Yeah, I think it's an X-Men annual. He's in it a bunch, but his true first appearance, where you first are introduced to him, is 266. But he's in 267. I think it came out like a week earlier or something like that. And he's in a bunch. He's in a bunch of panels, so it counts as a full appearance. I don't know. Whatever. But here's a second appearance. Got it for $1.95. It's in really nice condition, too. So that was awesome. This one's a good get. This one's in really nice condition. They had it for $9.95. Like I said, I had a $5 off coupon, so everything took that off. Silver Surfer #1, just an awesome, this is a one-shot that came out in the early 80s. It's got John Byrne art with Stan Lee, and I think he's mixed with some other artists. You know what? Let's just crack that open real quick and find out. Like I said, really nice copy. Has like a couple minor spine ticks, but I already have a copy of this, but the one I got, I paid more for it 2 years ago, and it's not as a nice condition. Look at that awesome Mephisto Silver Surfer. Let's see. Who made this? John Burns, Stan Lee, Tom Palmer, inking and color. I don't know. I thought there was like, some reason I thought Jack Kirby was involved in this. So this was like a one-shot back in the day, and it's considered like Silver Surfer Volume 2, which is interesting, being that it's only a one-shot. So the Silver Surfer series that came out in the late 80s is considered the Volume 3. I love this cover, though. This cover alone is just awesome. All right. This is the best book out of the bunch. I couldn't believe it. Predator #1. This is like a VF near mint copy. It has this weird little like thing here. This was only $3.95. Now the funny thing is, at the same store months ago, I found an even better copy. Like literally what I would say if would have. And if you've watched these videos, and you've been watching my videos, you would have saw a couple months ago I did get a Predator #1. The whole mini-series. Those were only $1.95. This one was only $3.95. Still not as good as $1.95, but for a first print Predator #1 from 1989, this amazing iconic cover in this condition, that is an amazing find. That is easily a $50 book. It could be a $100 book. Honestly, like with me, like I'll definitely sell one of my copies, but I'm not going to do that until there's another Predator movie, because they're going to make another one. That Prey movie was awesome and people loved it, and I think it like revitalized the Predator franchise. So your next couple years we're going to get another Predator movie. So yeah, happy to have this. And again, like I couldn't believe that it was only $3.95. I was like, I didn't know if it was going to be the second print. I don't think that you can tell the second print is unless you open it. I don't think it's like on the... They have it on there, but they don't have it on the bottom. So, yeah, this part of the haul was awesome. But again, I got a lot of other great stuff. But, man, and like I said, I had a $5 coupon on top of this. So, I don't know, it came out to like under $30 for these books. I went to the store just to see what else they had and if anything new came out. So, and when I got there, I found out they had a 5 for 5 sale. And it's kind of like, the way you want to do it is like, you want to make sure you're getting books that are all the same price. That way you get that true half off. But unfortunately, I couldn't do that. I want to actually buy things I want, but whatever. So this book was marked at $1.95. Avengers Forever #2, the variant edition. I forgot the name of this artist, but he's done a whole ton of these awesome covers. He does it with a lot of the female superheroes in Marvel, and I've been trying to get them when I see them. I got the She-Hulk, the Miss Sue Storm. I'm trying to think what else I got. Did I get Rogue? That Rogue might be the hard one to get, but happy to get this one, Black Widow one with all her different costumes. This one's really funny. This one's great too. Avengers Forever #1 with the awesome Scarlet Witch with all her costumes. Let's see. They got that hideous one from the 90s. Are they hiding it? Oh, that's interesting. I don't remember this one. That she basically has an X-Men uniform. So that's great. And again, that was $1.95. This one was also $1.95. Vampirella #1. Alex Ross cover. Figured why not. Picked this one up. I think it was either $1.95 or $2.95. Walking Dead Deluxe #1, one of the variant covers. I have to look it up. Walking Dead is definitely like died down a bit, but I feel like it's gonna start coming back. There's a new series where it takes place in New York, and I think it's just gonna be one of those properties that will kind of like lay dormant for a while and then bounce back. I don't think it'll ever be as crazy as it was like 10 years ago. Like the first appearance of the Governor was going for like $100. Like real just #1 was going for like 10 grand. Now this is the reprint series where basically they're reprinting the entire Walking Dead series, but now everything will be in color. So I figured I'd pick it up. This one was pretty cool. Again, this one they had marked at $2.95. So Joker and Daffy Duck. These like weird they've done a bunch of these weird like Looney Tunes with the DC characters. I figured I'd grab this one. It's kind of funky looking. Witchblade the manga #1. Figured why not? They had that for $1.95. Street Fighter Masters Chun-Li. Picked that one up. I think they had that marked at $2.95. Ghost Rider #11. The J. Scott Campbell variant. He's done a bunch of these type of variants. Kind of like, I would say they're almost like posters. It's got like the cool like halftone coloring. I have a couple of these. I have the Hulk, the Luke Cage, which was on the Daredevil comic. I don't know why they just have him do a Daredevil cover, but whatever. Happy to grab that. And then, let's see, Daredevil 186. They had that marked at $3.95. That's a good price for this book. And then this Gargoyles icon cover. Wanted to pick that up. It's kind of like there's a new Gargoyles series out, I guess, from Dynamite. And I knew about this one. This is kind of like it's either like a reprint or a remake of the first cover from Marvel. That one, the Marvel Gargoyles comics go for a lot of money, actually, if you could find them. But when you do see them at like conventions and like that, they could fetch, that #1 could go for like $100. I figured, why not? So like I said, 5 for $5. These all kind of came out almost half off. So everything here was like $18, which I think was a pretty good deal for these books. So happy to grab those. All right, here we go. This is from another store I went to in my area that I haven't been there in a while. I always try to like check it out whenever I can. They had a half off sale. Anything under 20 was half off, so figured why not? And I'm going to try to exploit that as best as I can. I saw this. This one's kind of for my son. Rock and Roll Comics Kiss #1. This is a magazine edition of this series. It was usually in the comics. So this one they had marked at 10, but it was actually 5. I thought that was a pretty good deal. This one I thought was a great deal. RoboCop, I didn't even know this existed. I knew there was a magazine for the first movie. That one could be pretty pricey. This one doesn't go for too much. I was looking at it, goes for like $10. This is like a nice, fine plus edition of this. RoboCop 2 got this for $3, so it marked at 6. It was $3, half off. And the interesting about this artwork is it is early Mark Bagley artwork in here, and it's all black and white, so kind of interesting. And his style, really, honestly, I mean, definitely smoothed out over the years. But when you go through this book, it's instantly you realize it's Mark Bagley. All right, these were all $2 each, marked as 4, but half off. Planetary #1. I figured why not? I always like trying to get these Star Comics. I've seen this book go for stupid money for some reason. Like, on average, this comic will go for $10 to $20. I don't know why. I don't know what Planetary, like even as a kid, maybe if anyone in the comments know the significance of this character. I just know him from the Star Comics. But is it like, was there a cartoon series, a toy line? I don't know. Power Pack 60, again, only $2. One of the later issues in this series, but I've been wanting to get this one for a while. This is a Ninja Turtles spoof issue, as you can see. Look at that. Totally not the Ninja Turtles. And then got this one for $2 as well. I thought that was a good deal. Power Pack 62, the last issue of the series. Look at this girl's face. Nope. I don't think the bangs help. Yeah, so this is the last issue of that series. I always like trying to find the last issues of those series, especially back in the 80s and 90s, or just any series like this. When you get to a comic that has a decent run, like Power Pack, I mean, 62 issues is not in the 80s is not considered a huge success, but it's also not a complete failure. So if the comic lingered as long as it did around this point, the print runs for these last like probably 10 issues are like abysmal, and that last issue is probably like nothing. So I've never seen this before, so I'm happy to grab that for just $2. This one I thought was pretty cool. Pacific Presents #1, and it's got the Rocketeer with some awesome Dave Stevens art, and Steve Ditko's The Missing Man. So I thought that was pretty cool for just $2. Here's another one. These two were only $2 each. 8 Billion Genies #8, and six. I'm reading the 8 there. Issue 6 and issue 7. I have a second print of 1, and I have an issue 3. So I've been kind of wanting to. I read 1 and I enjoyed it, so I do want to go back and try to find these issues, obviously for cheap, and just read the series. I heard good things about it, so. And it like blew up. I don't know. It's like sometimes these Image comics are weird. They like they overpromise sometimes, and there's always like a lot of hype behind some of them. There's like someone catches wind that like Netflix might make a series, or sometimes the book's just good. You know, I think that's the key factor. I want the book to be good. So I'm gonna hunt for the rest of those. Disney Afternoon #4. I figured why not? Again, it was only $2. I'd never seen these before. Any of these like Marvel Disney books from the 90s usually are tough to find. And it's got Darkwing Duck on the cover. I'll be honest, I was never a fan of Darkwing Duck. I think I was already like aging out at this point. But people love Darkwing Duck, so I figured why not and grab it. Detective Comics 518. This one was $6. Just a cool Deadshot appearance. Another cool Deadshot appearance. And again, this one was $5, not $10, because it was half off. Another awesome cover, and it was a newsstand, so that's cool. And then this one's pretty cool. I got this one for only $3. I've been wanting to get this one for a while. This is in really nice condition. Marvel Spotlight on Star-Lord #7. So there's 2 issues in this little run. There's #6. That's considered like his first appearance in comics. His first appearance is in the magazines. And so I figured, why not? So it was only $3. And then this one, I thought this one was a great find. And again, this was priced at $6. It was only $3. Fantastic Four, 77. This is I would say, I don't even know if it's considered, I would say VG might be pushing it. It's probably more like a G. 2.5, 3.0 at best. It has obviously a little chip here. I ain't gonna lie, it's definitely not. I would say it's a good low grade copy. I would say I figured one. I like trying to get any early Fantastic Four, any Silver Age Fantastic Four, just any Silver Age Marvel in general. But on top of it, it's got Silver Surfer on the cover, and it's got Galactus. And any Galactus Silver Surfer appearances on the cover of any Fantastic Four book in the 60s is a good get. And especially at just $3. Is it like on Key or anything like that? I was looking at it's not considered one, but it's just an awesome Jack Kirby cover. Again, it's got Galactus, it's got Silver Surfer, Psycho Man. It is. I like these like kind of little panel type covers with the red art, like to break everything up. So I thought that was a really cool find, and again, just for $3. So yeah, this was a pretty sick haul. I think just lots of good finds. Speaking of another awesome reddish cover with yellow in it, Predator #1. So yeah, if you like what you saw, smash that like button. If you want to see more videos like this, smash that subscribe button. Become part of the You Love Comic Books conversation. I got over 78 videos, I think over 80 videos to watch actually. Check those out. Watch everyone. If you have any questions, what do you see? Leave a comment, or just say hi, whatever. I don't know. Check out the links to my Instagram, You Love Comic Books. Almost at 2,000 followers there. Check out my eBay, for toys, comics, trades, video games, etc. The links in all my YouTube videos. And yeah, you're going to see a previous video here. You're going to see a previous video there. And you're going to smash that subscribe button. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.